Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. Yes, today's Tuesday. Hope you're having a great day. Okay, so tonight I am going to share with you some tips to avoid the holiday weight gain. So if you're joining me live, comment live below. And if you're catching the replay, comment replay below. That way I can keep up with when everyone watches. So here's my little disclaimer. I am not a medical professional. I am a stay-at-home mom, but through my wellness experiences and my research this past year, I have gained a lot of information, and some of that is what I'm going to share with you today. So any information I share with you is not intended to cure, treat, or diagnose any illness. So let's get right to it. Okay, so there's no debate. The holidays are a time of year full of festivities, from treats in the office to holiday get-togethers. Your willpower is bound to be tested. Some seasonal favorites like eggnog, my favorite, and Christmas cookies can make healthy eating a challenge, but you don't have to let holiday food derail your diet and weight loss goals. So here are my tips to avoid holiday weight gain. And it's going to be kind of lengthy, so just stay with me, okay? The first one is to watch your portion sizes. Now, it's all too easy to go overboard during the holidays. If you find yourself grazing over an appetizer table or loading up your plate at a buffet, just take a breath, okay? Often in party settings or social gatherings, we put aside our thoughtful eating practices and decide it's a special occasion and therefore a time to indulge. We say things to ourselves like, oh, it's just one night, or it's the holidays, I never eat like this. Now, while these sentiments are all well and good, during the holiday months, there are typically far too many occasions to get away with doing that. So instead of going in the opposite direction and depriving yourself, try watching your portion sizes. You can still have a few bites of this and that. No need to feel left out. However, if you find yourself really drawn to a dessert, a dish, or an appetizer, make sure you're not giving yourself license to go overboard. Hey, Jessica, Merry Christmas to you too. Okay, so my second tip is to avoid holiday weight gain is intermittent fasting. Now, you've heard me talk about this before. It is a great way to shed some extra weight, holidays or not. It not only reduces the number of meals you eat in a day, but it regulates your hormones for fat burning. And that's what we want. For instance, research shows that in a fasted state, your level of human growth hormone, HGH, increases. And high levels of HGH is associated with lean muscle mass preservation, while low levels of this hormone are associated with weight gain. Hey, Lori. How you doing? Now, at the same time, norepinephrine, a neurotransmitter and stress hormone, becomes active in your body. During a fast, norepinephrine helps shuttle fat out of your cells to provide energy for your body, and it also increases your metabolism. Now, if you need some more information on how to do intermittent fasting or which option is right for you, because there really are many, many options, just message me and I would love to walk you through it. So my next tip is to increase your physical activity. Now, during the holiday season, things can get pretty hectic. This is a time when it's more important than ever to schedule in some physical activity. Even an extra 30 minutes of walking in the morning can give you a leg up on your daily calorie burn and weight loss goals. Now, if you really want to kick your metabolism into high gear, go for high intensity interval training. or HIIT is what most people see it as. This quick and effective workout torches calories and boosts your metabolism, helping you burn fat for hours after you completed your workout. So, if you're just joining me, we are talking about my tips to avoid that dreaded holiday weight gain. Now, we've already talked about watching your portion sizes, intermittent fasting, and increasing physical activity. Now we're going to talk about my next tip, planning healthy snacks, okay? The holidays are a time for treats. Let's just be honest. There's just no way around it. And if you work in an office, it can become especially challenging to avoid the cookies, the brownies, the candies, and whatever festive sugar bombs people want to throw at you. To avoid getting sucked into a holiday treat spiral, a downward spiral, try planning out your meals and especially your snacks ahead of time. It's a lot easier to get through the morning after you've had a satisfying low-carb breakfast. However, come 3 o'clock in the afternoon, when that snack craving hits, those Christmas candies are going to start looking pretty good. So, to keep your blood sugar on your side, plan your snacks ahead of time and make sure they're protein rich. Protein is incredibly satisfying, and it also assists in the maintenance of lean muscle mass and increases thermogenesis, which technically speaking, thermogenesis means calorie burning. That's what that means. So, to avoid moments of weakness, we all have moments of weakness. Have protein snacks on hand at all times. You never know when someone is going to show up with your favorite sweet treat. Krispy Kreme donuts. I know a lot of people get those. They're easy to walk in with, but easy snacks to keep around. High protein snacks are nuts and jerky, things like that. So that will help you to avoid some of that. Now, my next tip is to control your stress levels. Now, for some, the holidays are the most wonderful time of the year, but for others, it's the most stressful time of the year. Holiday shopping, social events, managing work, visitors, family, it all can feel like just too much. Stress can do a number on your body and often leads to a lack of willpower or giving in to bad habits. Now, it's hypothesized that your brain's reward center becomes more active under stress. And one of the most accessible rewards you can give your body is food. Therefore, as your stress goes up, so does emotional eating. And I have a lot of noises going on in my house. I don't know if you can hear that. That's my phone and Addie's iPad and Addie singing. So anyway, it's fun at our house. Now, correlations have been found between the current obesity epidemic and the amount of stress people report in their lives. So here's another thing. When your stress levels go up, you release more of the hormone cortisol. Research shows that high cortisol can lead to weight gain, especially around the middle. And if you've listened to some of my other Facebook Lives, you have heard me talk about this stress hormone cortisol and how much I really do not like it. Now, if you're prone to stress eating or using food as a vice, this time of the year can be especially triggering. Whatever you need to do to lower your stress levels, permit yourself to do it. Hey, Miss Joyce, how you doing? If you need any tips on what I personally do to help in this area, private message me and I will be glad to share how I've stopped binge eating out of stress and boredom, because we do that too. So if you're just hopping on with us, we are talking about my tips to avoid the dreaded holiday weight gain. So my next tip is to use mindfulness, okay? It can be hard to drop into a mindful place when you're at a holiday party or out with friends. However, using mindfulness as a tool could be the difference between coming home feeling stuffed and bloated and enjoying just the right amount of food. So if you have never heard of this concept, listen up, because it can really help you from overeating. Okay, so when you're eating mindfully, you're asked to pay attention in the present moment to your food. Sounds weird, but it does work, okay? Taste each bite. Notice how full you feel. Stay aware of how much you're consuming. In one study, a group of women were instructed to eat out at restaurants 3 times a week using mindfulness tools. And after a 6-week trial, the participants lost significantly more weight than the control group. And they also had a lower average daily caloric intake and reported fewer barriers to weight management when eating out. So mindful eating can help you slow down and enjoy your food fully. Bringing awareness to your meal helps you enjoy the food with all of your senses, your smell, your touch, your sight, and your taste. And I know that sounds a little out there, but it does work. A lot of us just eat so fast that we don't even enjoy it. And if you just calm it down, like I tell Addie, just calm it down a little bit and enjoy your food, you'll realize that you're feeling fuller faster. So, okay, on to the next one. My next tip is to get enough sleep, okay? And you've heard me talk a lot about sleep as well. Now, when you've got a lot on your plate, especially during the holidays, it is easy to let sleep become your last. I'm sorry, I don't know if you can hear her or not, but she's just singing her heart out. It's easy to let sleep become your last priority. So who has time for 8 hours of sleep when you have shopping, cooking, entertaining to do? I mean, really. But the problem is that lack of sleep is tightly correlated with weight gain. When you don't get enough shut-eye, your hormones become imbalanced, leaving you primed for overeating and fat storage. In fact, research shows that the signals in your body that tell you that you're satisfied go down, while hunger signals become elevated in a sleep-deprived state. The results are increased hunger and appetite. In addition, stress hormones like cortisol become elevated when you don't get enough rest, further pushing your metabolism towards fat storage. So during the holidays, make sure that you're not overextending yourself both at work and socially. You'll have a much easier time turning down that second dessert if you've slept well the night before. So here's another great tip. Make a dish to share. If you're following a keto diet, for example, you may run into a few scenarios during the holidays where your options are limited, okay? If you want to stay on your diet. The best way around this is to make a low-carb dish that you can bring with you. There are plenty of delicious keto-friendly recipes that non-keto dieters will enjoy. So if you're going to a dinner or a potluck, there will most likely be a protein option already planned. In this case, just bring along some keto-friendly sides or 2 for everyone to enjoy. And if you happen to know that the main dish is not keto-friendly, like a lasagna, for instance, bring along a protein-rich side. That way you can stay on track. So here's another thought, too. If you have a sweet tooth, I do. I have a really big sweet teeth. I think all my teeth are sweet teeth. And you know that the dessert table is going to cause you trouble. Make a batch of your favorite keto-friendly cookies, cake, or dip. And that way you're covered and you can still stay on your plan. Now, if you are someone who tends to eat on the go, this tip is for you. Sit down to eat. Easy. It seems easy. While sitting down to eat undoubtedly makes mealtime more relaxing, research actually shows that you actually taste more when you're sitting versus when you're standing. Okay, this is interesting to me. When you stand, your body's under more stress than when you sit. And this stress takes energy away from your taste buds, effectively making your food less satisfying. Who even knew? I mean, that's amazing to me. So, when you're at a party or holiday gathering, it's likely that you'll be walking, talking, and munching down your food all at the same time. So, make an effort to take a seat, enjoy your food, and actually taste what you're putting in your mouth. So, another great tip is to focus on socializing. Hey, Candy. Sorry, I see a lot of people have joined. So my next tip is focus on socializing. Instead of making a main line or a beeline for the appetizer table, use a holiday gathering as a way to catch up with friends or family. Ask your fellow partygoers what's new, learn about what they've been up to. Creating genuine connection will feel a lot more satisfying than idly standing by looking for your next snack. Now, if you tend to be an introvert, like me, then parties can be especially challenging. So here's a great tip for you. Instead of trying to find interesting topics of conversation, just ask your fellow partygoers questions about themselves. Most people love talking about themselves, and it takes the pressure off of you. And that's just a very simple thing that goes right over your head because you don't even think about that. Okay, moving on. So if you're just joining me, I see a few more people have joined. I'm sharing my tips today on how to avoid holiday weight gain. So my next tip is to up your vegetable intake. To combat some of the overindulgences, that's a hard word, of the holiday, you can challenge yourself to increase your vegetable intake. Now, vegetables are low calorie, nutrient dense, and rich in fiber. Increase your vegetable serving goals by 1 or 2 servings a day. If you have a competitive spirit, you can even get friends and family on board and make it a competition. Some ideas for increasing your I'm sorry, my daughter's in front of me dancing. Some ideas for increasing your veggies are to switch out your sandwich with a salad, make dinner with 2 sides of veggies instead of just 1, or throw some spinach and tomatoes in with your morning omelet. Easy peasy, but it will help you in the long run to get those veggie up. Now, my next tip is a no-brainer, but we all have issues with it. Just say no. Just say no. With the demands of the world today, having boundaries is crucial for overall health and well-being. All too often, you may find yourself saying yes, 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 when your heart is crying, no, 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 too much. Learn to say no and stick with it. Okay, this could be in response to someone offering you food, a drink, or even a social event. There's no one else who can say no for you. So be your best advocate and know where your boundaries are. So my last tip is to remember your goals. At the end of the day, if you want to avoid holiday weight gain, you have to remember your why. Maybe you worked really hard all year to get to a weight that you feel comfortable in and you don't want to go backwards. Or perhaps you have a health condition that requires you to watch your weight. Either way, keeping your goals top of mind is a great way to stay on track. Remember, no one is making you skip dessert or pass on your favorite meal. These aren't acts of punishment. It's your choice. You make that choice to do it. Keeping your goals fresh in your mind during the holiday season will come in handy, especially when you're feeling weak or overwhelmed. You can even write sticky notes and remind yourself of why you don't want to overindulge and place them where you'll see them regularly, like little shots in the arm. Like, don't eat too much. Don't, stay on track. Okay, so here's the takeaway for today's live video. You don't have to gain weight around the holidays. This holiday season shouldn't be a source of stress when it comes to weight control. And you don't have to put your healthy habits on hold in order to enjoy the festivities of the season. With some mindful practices and pre-planning, you can let loose and enjoy the holidays while staying in control of your diet. Okay, guys, I know this was another long video, but I appreciate you staying with me until the end. Those are my tips to avoid the dreaded holiday weight gain. And I hope you got some value out of this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. Now, as Christmas is fast approaching, okay, I just wanted to share this information with you to help you not feel so overwhelmed and stressed about the holidays. And as my daughter would say, because her life right now is all about the Grinch that Stole Christmas, we will feast, feast, feast. But let's feast mindfully so we won't regret our choices in a week. That's all I have. Thanks, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful and safe Christmas. I will not be doing a live next week because that will be Christmas Eve, and we'll be spending time with our families. But I wish you all the best this Christmas, and don't forget the real reason for the season. And also, don't forget that you are worth it. Bye, guys. Merry Christmas.